Good morning, dear students. Welcome you all to the next lecture of JC Connect online series of lectures. We are studying the subject elements of civil engineering and engineering mechanics, in which we are into module 1. So we are into the practice examples. The 3 examples which were given to you all, I think 3 students have sent me the exact or correct answers. So others, you might have got confused that this was the first time you were solving and we had not solved much examples. So those 3 examples, firstly, I will discuss, then I'll go for the 4th example. So if you have your notebooks in which you have solved, please open up those notebooks. Any corrections are there, you can make them. So let's take up the first example. Obtain the magnitude and direction of the resultant force. And this was the first example which was shared with you all on Saturday. So now here, first observation we have to make is all the forces are going out. So it becomes a very simple example. There is no much complication. So all your Fx components will be cos and all your Fy components will be sine. So again, which one to take positive, which one to take negative, that we have discussed in the previous classes. Still, while explaining the example, I'll tell once again. So this is the given example. So firstly, for this Fx, we write it as 115 . So now this force is going outside. So its horizontal component will be here. So this is going towards the positive x-axis. So this is plus. That means 115 cos of 50 degrees because angle is with the horizontal axis. So now similarly, when we come to 65 Newton force, this force is going outside. Its horizontal component also will go outside. And this direction is pointing towards negative x-axis. So in the equation we get 65 cos 41. Okay, 65 cos 41. So it's pretty simple. You cannot draw the arrow like this here. Okay, because your force is going outside, arrow will go outside only. Here also force is going outside, arrow will go outside only. Okay, so things are not difficult. At least I appreciate those who all have given it a try. Now when we come to this force in the third quadrant, the force is going outside like this. So its horizontal component will be here. Okay, so its horizontal component will go left side. So left side means again minus, hence this minus sign. Minus 78 cos 30. And when we come to the last force, 52 force, its component will come towards right side, which is positive. So it's simple. When forces are going out, first and fourth x is positive, second and third x is negative. As simple as that. Okay, so this component will be 52 cos 18. Muskan, can you tell me the answer what you have got? Fx
6.7694.
6.7694. Yeah. So here in the points, some things will happen because if you use full digits, if you do a continuous calculation, so this is fine. 6.76, I've rounded off to 6.77. So please note down who all have not got this example correctly, where you have made a mistake. Okay, once again, I'll explain. So in the figure, we see that in the figure, we see that there are 4 forces each in one quadrant and the forces are going out. So for the first force, arrow is going out, so the component also will go out. You cannot draw this side. Okay, have common sense. First means this is your x, which is positive. For second quadrant, this is your x, which is negative. For third quadrant, again the force will go out. This is your x, this is again negative. And last one, x component will come here, which is positive. So forces in first and fourth quadrant are having a positive sign, whereas forces in the other quadrants are having a negative sign. So this is how we get the equation. This is fx. So now similarly fy equation. Okay, similarly fy equation we have to do. Prerna, are you there? Prerna,
Yes, sir.
yeah, please tell me the fy equation.
One, 115 sine
Huh.
50 plus 65
Okay.
sine 41 minus 78 sine 30 plus 52
Okay.
sine 18.
How is that plus 52 sine 80?
minus
Minus. Right. So this component will go here. So this is minus. And this is also minus. And first two quadrants will be positive. Okay, this is plus and this is plus. Okay, now what happens is while doing, we make silly mistakes. Okay, we know how it works out, but we do the silly mistakes. So anyone with the fy answer, sorry, I have to edit. That is fy.
75.9
75.673.
Yes, yes, right. Okay.
75.63.
Yes, 75.6 something. Okay, don't go with much digits ahead. 75.6 is fine. Okay, so this is how we get your fy value. And edit this and make it fy. So these two values. Please note down anyone. Neha, what you got the resultant as?
so 75.97.
Okay, so we'll see resultant. We get as 75.97. Correct. 75.97 we have got the resultant. Now this is simple calculation. Both का square लेके square root करना है. Okay. The main thing is you have to learn to operate your calculator very much properly. Okay, you have to learn to operate your calculator very much properly. So many of you all had a problem to take the angles in degrees. So from settings you have to change, make the it degree, then tan inverse of answer. If you do, you'll get the answer in degrees. So this is your resultant. Vidyashri, Vidyashri, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what you got the angle as?
Sir, I didn't got that.
Okay, you did not get. Good. At least you tell this. Fine, no issue. Lakshmi, did you get the answer? Lakshmi, angle
84.8.
84.8. So let's see. 84.88. Okay. So nice. Okay, who all have got the correct answer? I really appreciate. But only thing is that I have noted down only those names who have sent me the answers. Other names I don't know. Okay, so this is how we get. This is very easy, and such sum has come for 8 marks in the final exam. Okay, this is like a lottery for you all. So these things are very easy. So anyone of you having any doubt in this, please ask. If you hesitate to ask here, later you are free to ask me the doubts by phone or WhatsApp. Text me when the classes gets over. I can discuss with you all. Okay, not an issue. Hmm. So, guys who did not solve, what was difficult in this? That I want to understand. So that in the explanation, I'll cover up that part. Because I had explained the diagram also was given, first sum was solved, then some things were given for you all for workout. Those who have made a mistake, again, I appreciate them because that mistake again now will not repeat in your examination or somewhere else. Okay. So who all have, done the mistake, don't scratch it there only. Once again, you can write it. Once I send the PDF, you can write this. So this is the solution for first question. Just in the message box, put yes, who have got it correct. Okay, in the message box, who have got the answers correct, put yes fast so that you come to know that you have solved. Don't put it like blindly. I have the list also with me, and I'll ask you all the questions here. Okay. So now we'll go to the next example. Again, I'll send you the PDFs. Don't worry. So this was your second example. This was our second example. Again, that's pretty easy. Monish, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Monish Badger. FX equation bolo. How will we get the
F1
FX?
cos theta. F1 cos 22 minus
F1 is 25. 25 बोल दो. F1 is not the force. Okay, 25 cos 22. Yes, next. Continue.
25 cos 38 10 minus 10 cos 35 plus 10 100 cos 27.
Okay. What answer you got? Fx.
44.97, sir.
Okay, fine. We'll check it.
44.98.
98. Okay, 44.98. Sagar, what answer you have got? Sagar Bajantri?
44.987, sir.
Okay. So fine. So how this goes again? First quadrant is plus and last quadrant is plus because arrowheads are going out. So 25 cos 22 and here we get 100 cos 27. So other two quadrants, that is second and third, as the force is going out, angle is with the x-axis, both are negative. Minus 75 cos 38 and minus 10 cos 35. So say we'll get the answer of 45.987. Okay. Akshata Salimat.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you help me out with FY equation?
25 sin 22 plus 75 sin 38 minus 10 sin 35 minus 100 sin 27.
Yes. And answer is?
Minus 69.35.
Okay. Minus 69, I got 4. Please, any one of you, what answer you have got? Anyone
Sir,
else?
yes, even I have
4.40.
4.40.
Sir, 4.404.
4.405.
4.40.
4.40. Okay. So Akshata, please check out where you have gone wrong. 4.04 or 4.40?
4.4.
4.40.
Okay.
Sir,
So
actually,
same
even I
thing.
have got the same answer, minus 69.349.
Fine. Then let's see where we have done the mistake. Either I can do a mistake. So once again, we can put now what happens is when you are entering the degrees, okay, 22, if your settings are in radians, again the things go wrong. Okay. So once again, all of you just put this equation in your calculator and correct it out. What is the answer? And plus minus also we miss sometimes. Okay. Aishwarya Hokkeri, are you there? Aishwarya? Aishwarya Hokkeri, are you there? Aishwarya? On the mic if it is not on. Yes, please put this in the equation in the calculator and tell me the answer. Samiksha Parit, are you there? Samiksha?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what answer you got?
4.40.
4.40. Akshata, cross-checked it.
Yeah, sir, we got
What is the answer? 4.40, right?
4.40. Yeah.
Okay. So what happens
So
is
we have
1 plus
solved in radian, so it was like 69.
69, yeah. So that happens. 4.40. Now the important thing here is if you miss out anything in fx and fy, your resultant will go wrong and your theta will go wrong. Now, for example, if this is for say 6 marks or 8 marks, okay, only you'll get the marks for fx equation. That's it. Fy will go wrong, r will go wrong, and theta will go wrong. Okay, so when you come back home and you become a evaluator for 8 marks example, you'll take it, you'll get surely 6 marks will count, whereas you'll end up getting 2 marks. And that's why the results, there will be a issue. Okay, so next is resultant. Next is resultant. Anand, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Anand, yeah, what answer you got for the resultant?
45.20.
45.20. Yes, I got 45.20 as the resultant. Suraj, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have solved?
Which one?
Next answer, theta.
Yes, sir.
How much you got the answer? Direction.
Sir, I got resultant wrong answer, sir. So I got
Okay.
84.8, sir.
Okay, please do the correction. Okay, what it is, please do the correction from this equation. Okay, good. Suraj, you have tried. That is important. Chandan, what answer you got? Angle?
So 0.5357. Sir, I did not get in degrees.
Degrees. Okay, that is in radians. Fine. Yeah. And Pramod, are you there? Pramod Kadam?
Yes, sir.
You have solved, you got the answer?
So no, I didn't solve that.
Okay, fine. You did not solve it. Vedika,
Yes, sir.
you got the answer
Yes,
or
sir.
did not solve? How much you got?
Sir, solved. 5.59.
5.59. Now, who are saying you have not solved, it is 1 minute work. Values are there in front of your eyes. In calculator, you can put and tell. That's it. Okay. 5 point. Correct, it is. Round about here
Yes,
only.
Sir.
Yeah, fine. So, this goes very easy. Just you have to have your focus. And what mistake we all are doing is sometimes we write it minus, but on calculator we take it plus. Okay, such things, silly things we do and lose marks here. Okay, we form the equations rightly. I checked few of your work. Okay, I've done the equations rightly, but while putting in the calculator, what happens, you also don't know. Instead of minus, you put plus, and that becomes a problem. So these were the first two examples where all the forces were going out and both were of the similar pattern. Appreciate those all who have tried and got the correct answer. Okay, so who all have not tried, there is a problem because you will not understand. Now I put up the sums, then where you will be doing the mistake, you will not understand. So few of you all solved, then you realize that the things have to be in degrees, not in radians. Okay, then those things you learn it while solving itself. So what happens is further you will not repeat the mistake, but those who have not solved and directly looking at these solutions put up, that mistake you will not do, and that mistake will be done in the exam. Okay, so please be careful. Now, many of you all acted like a goat. Okay, goat, one moves in the direction, all move in that direction only. First two sums, the arrows were going outside. What was there in the third example? What was different in the third example?
arrow going inside.
The arrows will be
Inside.
inside.
Yeah, arrows were inside, forces were coming inside. But what many of you all thought, that first two examples are, that means you did not bother to see. Completely 0 marks for it. Okay, cannot help. Only sign difference will come, not big deal. What are plus will become minus, but what are minus will become plus. Okay, that only overall difference, but your approach itself goes wrong. Okay, and for this I had sent the image also in the group how to take the forces. Still once I'll discuss that. Okay, so the difference in this example is all the forces are coming in. Okay, all the forces are coming in. So now what happens here is quadrants reverse. That's it. Nothing big deal. What was happening in the previous case and this case, it is just the reverse or mirror image, we can say. For example, if I start with the first force, so now the force is coming inside. So its component will also come in. It will not go out. It will come towards the force. Means like this. So this will become negative
Minus.
because minus, correct, arrow is moving towards negative axis, and its vertical component will come downwards. Again this will become minus. So what happens is what you had in the third quadrant in the previous case, those combinations come for the first quadrant. What you had in the second quadrant, those combinations will go for the fourth quadrant. Okay, that's the change. Okay, that's what will happen. So next force, when we take the 65, when we take the 65 degrees,
Plus.
60 plus. So this arrow is going inside, and this again downward, minus. Then when we come to 42, again inside, going towards positive x, plus. And now here both are plus. So previously what was there in first, both were plus. Now that came to third. Okay, so that is the easy logic. So what I suggest students is in the exam hall, when you enter, there is the backside page called as rough page. Okay, still you have not, I think a few papers you have given, you know how is the answer sheet. When you enter the exam hall, first only on that rough page, write, mark this and keep quadrant wise. Okay, so things will become very easy. छोटा सा कहा तो पीछे रफ पेज पर पटक से मार्क करके रख देने का if you are getting confused. So that's it. Things will be easy. And when we come to the fourth quadrant, again your x will go towards left side, so minus, and y will come upwards, so it is plus. Manoj Koppad. Manoj, are you there?
हाँ सर.
हाँ, fx equation बोलो. Tell, don't worry. Right or wrong is secondary. You tell the equation. What you feel, you tell it. ಮನೋಜ್ ಕನ್ನಡನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯಾ? ಕನ್ನಡನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ. ಹಾ, ಹೇಳ, ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ, ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಡ.
-15 cos 50.
-15 cos 50. ಓಕೆ.
-65 cos.
ಮೈನಸ್ ಹೆಂಗಪ್ಪ? ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿನ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ವೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಆರೋ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಸೈಡ್? ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆರ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್?
Positive side.
Then what will happen?
+65
plus cos 62. Correct. Okay.
Plus 42
yes. Cos 34. Next.
Plus 23. Plus
correct.
23.
और minus फिर से कहाँ एरो जा रहा है? Which side arrow is going? Arrow is going this side towards minus. -23 cos 38. Okay, Manoj, see if you have doubts, text me, I'll tell you. Okay, these are basic concepts. All of you all I'm telling, this will continue in module 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so if you don't get this right here, up to friction, you will not understand the things. Okay, from module 1, 2, 3, these are basics are there. So if anyone has not understood, don't hesitate, I'll not shout. If you don't ask the doubts, then I'll shout. Okay, please ask the doubts. Okay, Santosh, answers, can you tell what answer you have got? Santosh?
Sir, I didn't do that.
Okay, you did not solve it. Fine. Prajwal? Anyone has not solved? Put in the calculator. It is 10-second work. Soumya, are you there? Soumya, you have solved it?
Yes, sir. ನಾನು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಸರ್.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Answer.
-28.303, sir.
-28. Okay, fine. We'll check. Anyone else has solved? What answer you have got?
37.569.
Okay, correct. 37.56. Please correct who have got it wrong, and you will get it wrong by silly mistakes only. 37.56. Mukesh Mehta. Mukesh.
Sir, yes, sir.
FY equation बोलिए. Mukesh, tell me the FY equation fast. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Fine, thank you. Siddharth Pattar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you tell me the FY equation?
Yes, sir. -15 sin 50.
Okay, good.
-65 sin 62.
Okay.
Plus 42 sin 34.
Okay, good.
Minus
Plus
23
plus
sin 38.
arrow is moving up.
Yes,
Plus 23 sin 38. Okay. Yeah, answers anyone has got?
-31.23.
Yes, correct. This is -31.23. So this is fx and fy.
Resultant in 48.50.
So resultant, what you have got?
8.84.
84, right. And angle you have got as?
Minus
39.74.
72. Okay. Minus 39.72. So this is how we obtain the resultants. Okay, so these three were very simple basic level examples, and sometimes such examples are asked in the exam. Examiner feels, okay, let us give something easy for students, and he wants to give this, and students say, no, we want difficult things, we will not prepare the easy things, and they do silly mistakes here. Okay, so this is what has to be understood. So these were the first three examples which we had tried to solve it. So this was the discussion for the first three examples. So next I'll take one more example for today's class, and after this class again I'll give you all few examples to work out. So now this is the next example. Okay, this is the next example. So now what different things you're finding in this? What difference you're finding in this? Sangamesh, are you there? Sangamesh? Yes, Sangamesh?
Yes, sir.
Previous three examples and this example, what is the difference you are finding?
In same quadrant, there are two arrows.
Two forces and angles. Very good. Nice. Srinivas Sinde? Srinivas Sinde?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Any other difference you are finding here? Any other difference? One difference is told already. There are two forces in one quadrant and two angles. Any other difference you are able to see?
Sir.
If yes,
sir,
no,
Contact.
no problem. Yeah?
Sir, that's same contact. Also contact.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Aishwarya Hukkeri. Is anything you observe in this example? When I ask the questions, I'm noting down who are replying, who have a problem with the range or some other things. Just let me know later.
So magnitude and angle are same.
Okay, fine. So I'll tell you all what important things are there which were not there in the other thing. First is two forces are there in one quadrant, and see the angle. The first angle is 25 degrees with the x-axis. The second 45 degrees angle, 45 Newton force angle 25 is given with the other force. But for resolution, we want the angle to be with the axis only. So first force 45, angle is 25. So what will be the angle of second force?
50.
What will be the angle of second force? 50. Okay, now see here the important thing. So this angle has to be taken, complete angle. Okay, for the second force, which is 25 plus 25, 50. So this is just given for your confusion. Okay, this 25 is given so that you directly take 25 and make a mistake. So always while breaking the force, we have to take the angle with some axis. Okay, we have to take some angle with the axis compulsory. Okay, so for 45 force, 25 is the angle, and for this second 45 force, angle has to be 50. Please note it down, all of you. Always you have to take the angle with respect to the axis only. Okay, you don't take the angle with respect to other force. So this is first point. Now second observation, what you do is, see this 25 kilonewton force, 25 Newton force. It doesn't have angle. It is acting along the axis itself. Okay, it doesn't have any angle. It is acting along the axis itself. Okay, so this is the change. Previously, the forces which we have solved all had some angle. Okay, so previously the forces which we solved all had some angle. So now this 25 is acting towards negative x. Okay, so the important thing here is directly we have to take 25 without any cos and sine. Okay, directly this is the force which need not be resolved because it is given directly. When we need to break the forces, when it is inclined, we need to break the forces along x and y components. But this 25 Newton force is directly given along x-axis, which is moving towards negative x. So we need not take any components. So directly in fx, it will be taken as minus 25, And in Fy it will be 0. It will not have its presence in Fy equation because it is acting along x-axis. Okay, it is acting along x-axis. So if you are pushing a chair, okay, if you are pushing a chair on the floor, the chair will move on the floor only. The chair will not get lifted up in the air. Okay, because you are just applying a horizontal force and the chair is moving perfectly on the floor. So it doesn't have any vertical component. So always remember, when a force acts along the axis, you did not take cos and sine. You have to see with which axis it is acting. Directly in that equation, you have to put that with the sign. If it is moving towards negative, minus; if it is moving towards positive, plus. That's it, nothing else. So in x equation, what will come? Minus 25 will come, nothing else. And that 25 will not be present in the Fy equation. So similarly, when we observe the 15 force, okay, similarly, if we are observing the 15 Newton force, okay, Sahana, are you there? Sahana Koti?
Yes, sir.
What you observe in that 15 Newton force, how is it acting?
Don't know, sir.
You're not able to see on the screen.
Able, sir.
Then can't you tell where is the force acting? Don't know is your answer. Every time. Fine, thank you, Sahana. Muskan, can you tell me where is that 15 force acting?
Sir, along y-axis.
Y-axis, correct. Moving towards positive or negative side?
Negative side.
Negative side, correct. Very good. It is simple. So when you take Fy equation, directly what will come? Minus 15 will come. You need not break that 15 force. Okay, you need not break that 15 force because it is directly acting along y-axis. Okay, when we need to break the force, when it is creating an angle, we need to find its x and y components. But this 15 is directly acting downwards, so we need not break this 15 force. So directly in Fy equation, you take minus 15. Then what you will take in Fx equation for this 15? Anyone? Okay, when we are nothing.
15.
Fx equation nothing. Fy equation minus 15. Okay, all of you got the point. As it is acting along which axis? Y axis, going downwards. Directly take minus 15 in Fy equation and nothing in Fx because संबंध ही नहीं आता Fx के साथ उसका. वो vertically move हो रहा है. Okay, you throw the ball up. Where will the ball go? Along the ground or in the air? It will go in the air because you are throwing the ball upwards. Okay, that is the thing. So, and it will come again down. Why may he operate hoga wo? Okay, unless you throw the ball on the ground horizontally, ball will be in the air only. So always remember this point. If the force is acting along any axis, okay, again I'm repeating, if the force is acting along any axis, its component along other axis will be 0. You don't get any component of that force along other axis. Okay, so that is the basic point which has to be remembered from this example. Okay, so now here what will be the Fx equation? All of you note down. Fx equation will be 45 cos 25 plus 45 cos 50, these two forces. Okay, same way as we have done these two forces. Okay, both will go along x side, positive side, and this is 25 which I have highlighted in different color, that is going towards negative x-axis. It doesn't have any cos sign. Okay, it will not have any cos and sine. Okay, because it is acting along the axis itself. So it is directly taken as minus 25. So you can find this answer. So similarly, when I come to Fy equation, what happens?
44.7.
70. Okay, good.
44.70.
44.70.
44.7.
Right. So I'll edit this off. 44.70 Newton. Done. So now when we come to Fy equation, same this, of course now I'm not edited, sorry. So same mistake I did. So this becomes sine 25. And again this also becomes sine. So it is simple. Again, first quadrant, y component will go upwards.
64.70.
64.70.
38.4.
38.48.
38.48.
Yeah, 38.
38.48.
Correct. 38.48. So we'll write it 38.48. So now find the resultant. This is 38.48. So give me the resultant and the angle theta.
Fifty-eight point nine.
58.98 points, sir.
Okay, 58 point, and I got
98.
59. Okay, good.
$40.
40 degrees. Okay. Yes, angle you are getting as
40.72.
40 points. 40. Yeah. So now what changes I had done in this example, which we studied now, the changes were that, example number 4, the changes were, firstly, I took two forces in one quadrant and I create a bit of confusion here with the angle. Okay, what was happening with the angle? One angle of the second force in the first quadrant was given with respect to the other force. So always remember, the first thing which you have to observe here is this angle of the second force has to be taken as 50 degrees, not 25 degrees. Okay, because it's 25 plus 25 with respect to the axis. Then different thing was this force was acting along x-axis only. Okay, this force was acting along x-axis only, and this was acting along y-axis. So these are the things. I'll send a PDF and I'll send next set of examples. Who has not got the answers or who has not understood or missed, you're supposed to ask me back so that I'll tell you all and the things will move smoothly. Okay, so I request all of you all to put the attendance in the chat box, roll number and name. Okay, roll number and name, and you can log out. Okay, put the attendance. I'll send the PDF of this. You can send me the attendance and you can log out. Thank you for attending the class. See you all in the next class. And if any suggestions you have from your side, you're welcome. Please let me know if the things are moving fine. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Somebody is calling you.